This is David with The Verge, and this is HP's Chromebook 11. This is the device Google calls the Chromebook for everyone. It's the successor to Samsung's $249 Series 5 Chromebook, which has been number one on Amazon's best-selling laptops list since the day it came out. Of course, there's still no faster way to the top of Amazon's list than to be cheap. That's why the Chromebook 11 is just $279. The Chromebook 11 has a dual-core Samsung Exynos processor, a 2-year-old chip that's also in the Nexus 10 tablet and in last year's Chromebook. It comes with 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigabytes of internal storage, which are roughly what you'd expect to find on a high-end smartphone. It even charges over a micro USB port, which is actually awesome. It comes with a super powerful, long cable that can also charge your phone, and for most people it means you'll only need one cable to charge your phone, tablet, and laptop. Any charger other than HP's will charge your laptop much more slowly, but there's no chance you'll ever be totally out of luck. From a pure hardware perspective, the Chromebook 11 is not that different from just attaching a keyboard to a Nexus 10, and the Nexus 10 has a better screen and better apps. But what the Chromebook 11 is beautiful. It's a thin, light laptop, about 2 1/3 pounds and about 2/3 of an inch thick. It's almost exactly the size of the 11-inch MacBook Air. It comes in white or black, and the white model comes with 4 accent colors: blue, red, yellow, and green. The accents are subtle, and your computer's mostly still white, but it's a nice look nonetheless. It's all glossy plastic, virtually seamless on the back. It gives a really great, really classy first impression, especially with the lit-up stripe of Google colors that looked so great on the Chromebook Pixel. It's well-designed more than well-made, though. The plastic is slick and gets oily and full of fingerprints really easily, and it creaks and gives when you pick it up in the wrong place. The Chromebook's 11.6-inch 1366 by 768 display is really good, surprisingly so, given the relatively average resolution. Colors are great and accurate, especially the deep blacks. The screen's glossy and reflective, but is still perfectly usable, and it's a huge upgrade over the dim, muted display on last year's model. So are the speakers, which HP and Google embedded in the colored stripe around the keyboard. They're loud and surprisingly full, feeling like 2 distinct speakers. As laptop speakers go, they're pretty great. In the middle of those speakers is the full-size Chrome-specific keyboard with a dedicated search button and a handful of Chrome OS-friendly function buttons. The keyboard is plasticky and a little bit cheap feeling, but it's clicky and comfortable, and I got used to it really quickly. The trackpad was a much bigger problem. It's sticky and hard to move your finger around, and gestures like 2-finger scrolling and pinch to zoom are slow and laggy. Of course, part of that lag isn't just the touchpad's fault. Chrome OS is still mostly just a series of cleverly disguised browser windows, and if you try to open more than a couple at a time, things start to slow down really quickly. YouTube videos start to stutter and drop frames when you watch them in HD, same with local files. Even scrolling is jittery and laggy on heavy websites. Slightly higher-end hardware might also make for better battery life. For right now, I got about 4.5 hours on our battery test, but we've been waiting for a Chromebook that really, truly lasts all day. This isn't that. The overwhelming problem for Chromebooks right now is that it's still hard to justify their existence. That's why they're so cheap. At prices like the Chromebook 11s, it's not that hard to make a case for a device that's best for email and web browsing and not so great at everything else. The HP Chromebook 11 is, I'm sure, going to be Amazon's best-selling laptop for the next year. And if you know what you're getting into, if you're okay with a computer that's fast enough, nice enough, capable enough, it's a great machine. It's certainly an upgrade over last year's Chromebook with a better display, better keyboard, and a much improved design. For $279, that's not really a bad proposition. Just make sure you know what you're getting into. Even a $279 Windows laptop will do more and run better than the Chromebook 11, though it certainly won't look as good doing it. I'm still holding out hope for a slightly more powerful, slightly more expensive Chromebook that might do less than my laptop, but does what it can do just as well. And we're not quite there yet.